Good evening everybody, and how is everybody doing, and welcome back to the channel. Today all I have is just some general maintenance. I need to turn the truck around, back it into the garage, and get the hitch off of there. The bed was painted today. It's going to dry all night long, or I'm sure they baked it, however they do it there, I'm not certain, but I'm going to drop it off tonight later on. They're going to put the bed on tomorrow for me and do any buffing and wet sanding if necessary. It is a work truck. I told him use your own judgment. If you don't feel that it needs any buffing and wet sanding, or wet sanding and buffing, it's not going to hurt my feelings. It can wait until I get the rest of the truck done. So as you saw, I got my oil drained. I just want to talk a few minutes about the importance of your oils, your oil additives, your fuel additives, your oil filter, and also doing an oil sample. My last oil change, I started this. Basically what they do is you send them your oil sample and they tell you what the wear metals are in your engine oil. So whether it's copper, phosphorus, zinc, metal alloys, they can tell you the contents and what particles are in your oil by doing that oil analysis, so you know where your wear items are, or what it could possibly be. So mine came back pretty good last time, if I remember right. I haven't looked at it in 5,000 miles, so I probably need to get it out when my new one comes and compare them, so I can see what is wearing and what isn't, or if anything. Now, since I run a synthetic oil, there's going to be some false positives in there, but I don't remember exactly what they are. I just remember that I had some positive results in there, and I called them and they said, yeah, with you running synthetic oil, you're going to have some higher numbers in there on something, but I can't remember what it was. I do apologize. For me, I turn to Hot Shot Secrets for everything, as you can see. Hot Shot Secret, sorry. I use their Diesel Extreme every 6 months. I am due to run this. In the winter, I run their anti-gel. With today's fuels, they are so abrasive. They've taken all the lubricity out. They've dropped the cetane in them. So, in the wintertime, it's a good idea to run anti-gel, period. But with Hot Shots, it's so super concentrated, you'd only need 4 ounces per fill up, and it also is a cetane booster too, so you don't need to run any other additive in the wintertime except for their diesel winter anti-gel. And then in the summer, I run their EDT. If you check them out right now, use my coupon code at CM73. With any purchase, they will send you a free bottle of EDT. If you want to buy just 1 bottle of this, they'll send you another bottle. Just put that coupon code in. And then this is their oil I run. It is a 5W40 full synthetic oil, and it already has the FR3 in it. And what the FR3 is a friction eliminator. They switched up a while back and started putting that just in all of their oil instead of you can still buy the FR3 separate if you want to run like the Rotella T6 or something like that. But I use their oil. It already has the FR3 infused, and I'd never have to worry about putting it in there or buying it separate. So, Stiction Eliminator, that's exactly what it says. It removes the buildup of gunk and stiction within your engine. It is a good idea to run this about every other oil change, just to kind of keep your engine good and clean. That's what I do, is I'll put it in every other oil change, or every 20,000 miles. It does have the directions on there if you're not certain on how to do it or what you want to do. So just read the directions and it'll tell you exactly what to do. Oil filters, I run K&N. I'm not sure what the micron is on these. I know it's pretty small. The nice thing about K&N, they have a QR code on there, so you can scan that and it'll tell you all about this filter. And another thing I like about it is it has the little window decal inside there too. So I know when I have to change my oil, when I changed it last, and stuff like that. So that helps me out a lot. So anyway, I just wanted to take a few minutes and stress the importance of your oils, your fuel additives, your oil additives. Just everything is it's just a really good idea in diesel trucks to run those things. you know, it is expensive to own a diesel, but you know, it is also fun to own a diesel too, because the amount of power that you can push out of, well, just a Cummins in my case, a 6-cylinder engine is just remarkable to me. So that's pretty much just gonna finish putting oil. I did get everything back together last night, as you saw in a video. The only thing I need to do is put my airbox back on. I am gonna start running it, and everything is together and tight. The only issue, I'm having an issue with my FASS though. Since I pressure washed everything the other day, I don't know if I hit something up in the engine or if I hit some of the wires. The FASS are supposed to cycle when you turn your key on, and then if you bump your key, it's supposed to run for 20 seconds. Mine is not doing that now, so I don't know if I've hit something or what the deal is, but I need to get that checked out and get that fixed. It does run while the truck's running, but that's it. So I've done something, I've hit something. I don't know what I've done, but I just need to check out the wiring and go from there. So I get the oil back in. I did change gears again. I did change gears on the hitch. I did switch things up. I'm still going to use the piece of receiver tube, but I'm going to go ahead and bolt it to the bottom now. The more and more I got to thinking about it, if I bolt it inside, I have to have it done tonight before they put the bed on, but because once they put the bed on, I won't be able to slide it out anymore. So I am going to go ahead and bolt it to the bottom. I'm going to use these brackets. All I'm going to do is cut them off. There's plenty of room here to cut it off, move it back, so I'll be able and have the ability to build it underneath the truck, take it back out and paint it when I'm done. So I know I switch gears a lot and I change my mind a lot, but oh well, that's just the life living with me, I guess. Ask my wife. She kind of gets sick of it every once in a while. I think since I've been 16, no, I bought my first car when I was 14 years old. I'm 45 now. I've owned roughly 35 different vehicles, so about every 2 years I get to itch to get something new. So I've had this a year already, but I'd like to keep this and just keep playing with it and maybe just grab something else to drive, whether it be another truck or car or maybe another project for the channel. One never knows. So anyway, guys, other than that, I don't really have much else tonight. Other than hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.